Okay guys, we are getting back at it. We're doing a functional full body gym sequence here, but there's an upper body emphasis. We're gonna start with a ring fly push-up, a hollow body rock, hip flexor lift and lower, as well as bear taps. Doing both exercises back to back 2 or 3 times with 1 or 2 minutes of rest and breath in between. Okay, hopping right into it. Here we go. You're gonna get yourself onto the rings, pressing with the ring at the heel of the hand. Your body's like in a plank. You're gonna inhale, lower yourself down and out, and exhale, push. Stay looking forward like you're going somewhere, pressing and squeezing, coming apart, rowing, and pressing. Go slowly. The farther up an angle you are, like you're pushing against the wall, the easier it will become. The more horizontal and close to the ground, parallel to the ground, the harder it becomes. So be slow. Focus on grooving the muscular patterns here, right? We're getting our arms and chest and body to work well together. We want to develop some harmony, some coordination. Your body's basically in a plank. Okay, bringing it down to the next thing. A hollow body rock. You can have your knees bent if it's too hard, arms up or by the sides if it's a little too difficult. And you just rock your body, keeping the core braced the whole time like you're a little boat. You're just rolling like a little boat back and forth, right? So these are deceptively challenging. You're then going to put your hands on the ground and you're going to fold your body up like a V shape. You're drawing up and lowering down. Exhaling up, inhale, lowering down. Working that center of the body, hip flexor area. These are hard as well. Do them slow. If you can't do all of them, that's no problem. Just try them and get consistent at them. Eventually you will. Put your hands behind you, open the chest up, working yourself into a reverse table. It's always nice to put a little bit of opening movements into these strong strength things. Flip your body over and work into that favorite exercise, the bear tap. Body's in the all forward position. You're just tapping the edges of the waist here, strongly pressing out through the arms. Breathing slow and controlled. 20 of these. You'll do both of these exercises back to back 2 or 3 times. Take your rest in between, but stay focused, right? This is all about focus creating as well. Okay, moving into the next thing. Dips. Traditional or on a bench and a dumbbell pullover because they are excellent. You're going to repeat both exercises back to back with 1 or 2 minutes of rest in between as well. So dips are challenging. You need to make sure that your chest is open, right? We're not collapsing the shoulders inwards. So as I get myself into a traditional setup, I'm going to press myself up. If this is too hard, you can put a band underneath your knees. I'm going to lower myself down, but not too far forward. Press up, lower down to about 90 degrees, pressing up, lowering down, pressing up. Go slow. If you can only do 3, fine, that's great. Then do more sets. If you like the exercise, do more. Control press, control lower. Control press, control lower. I like to press and hold at the top. Okay, here's the variation on the bench. You're pressing yourself up and down off the bench. Again, be mindful of not letting the shoulders wrap too far forward. If I have my legs out and straight, it's gonna be more challenging. If I bend my knees and place my feet onto the floor, it's much easier. And it's gonna put less strain on the chest and shoulder. So do what's most appropriate for you right now, and then work your way up, trying the other ones. Maybe it's just one, maybe it's just holding yourself at the top position so you can feel what that's like, and eventually you'll work your way up to that stronger or harder variation. Okay, moving to the pullover. You've done this before. You're gonna bring yourself to the edge of the bench. Inhale, open things up. Exhale, press forward. Inhale, opening up. Exhale, pressing over. Really lengthening and reaching out. Right? If you've done these recently, you can just hold yourself and open. You can also hold a plank. Right? You can do side planks. I like to just work the press and the pull over. It's kind of the same muscular action you'd have if you were doing like a broad jump or running. So we're just pairing these muscular actions that work synergistically together. Inhale, opening. Exhale, driving over. Lower it down. Bring yourself out of it. Feel good about yourself. Give yourself a little thumbs up. Working on to the next thing. An incline press on a bench, and you're going to hold at the top of the end, and a Y, T, and A trap raise, repeating both 3 to 4 times, 1 to 2 minutes of rest in between. So the bench is, both of them can be deceptively challenging and simple at the same time. We're gonna start right into it. Grab a couple dumbbells and get your bench set up not too vertical, right? We want leg drive. We actually want to think about the whole body working here. We're going to keep the core braced with our breath. We're going to draw ourselves back, hiking the dumbbells into our hands. I'm driving my feet into the ground, so there's a slight arch in my back, which pushes my shoulders into the bench, and my shoulders stay down. I'm exhale, pushing up, squeezing together. Inhale, lowering to the sides. I'm not letting the dumbbells come up here. I'm pressing up, controlling, pressing up, controlling, and lowering, right? The inhale, breath stays braced. Exhale, inhale, rowing my shoulders back. Exhale, pushing my shoulders, or my chest, excuse me, together. Lowering slow with control, pressing strong. Slow with control, pressing strong. This takes time, balance, and coordination, so don't rush yourself. Be easy about it. Lower them down with intelligence. Set them down on your thighs. Stand yourself up. And then again, hold them for a moment. Let your nervous system get used to holding onto this weight. Okay. The Y, T, and A trap raise. These are amazing. You're going to face down on an incline bench. Take a breath in. Exhale, drive up like a Y. Lower slow. This is amazing for grooving the shoulders and reducing those imbalances of being in a chair and driving. You're going to do 8 or 10, maybe 12 up, right? In this Y type position. Really engaging the back, not letting anything slump, and also not bunching the shoulders up by the ears, right? They stay down. Then you go out to the sides, opening the back, right? So you're working the traps, you're also working the rear delts and the rhomboids a little bit, the back musculature. This is gonna balance and offset the push you do by opening and engaging the back, right? And then you're gonna work yourself down towards the A position, pressing your arms out to the sides and back. This pulling back motion. It takes time to restructure the shoulder and to get the back used to pulling more. We reach into the world. We get on our computer, we get on our phone, we get on at the car. These all create a anterior chain emphasis, so we want to start developing the posterior chain emphasis. We're moving on to a ring row, 10 or 15, and a 45-degree hyperextension. This is for core, back, and hips for the extension. Driving with the glutes primarily. I'll show you a couple variations. Repeat both 3 to 4 times. 1 to 2 minutes of rest and breath in between. Breathing in. Okay, so you can find some rings here. You want to pull right at the base of the hand. The body's basically in a plank, driving down through the heels. I'm pulling down and rowing back. Driving, lowering, control. Driving, lowering, control. There's a lot of variations you can do here. The farther up you become, like you're just pulling straight towards you, the easier it becomes. The lower and more parallel to the ground, the harder it becomes, with the hardest variation being your feet elevated, right? So don't let the low back sag, don't let the hips dip. I'm showing you another variation of a face pull where I'm opening out, another great one for the back of the shoulders, opening out, lowering, slow, and control. Driving and opening, lowering, slow, with control. These are amazing for offsetting too much of that push motion. Good, slow and control. If your body's like, ooh, I like these, do more of them, right? These bodyweight exercises you can do a pretty high volume of. Be mindful, be intelligent, stay tapping in with yourself, stay focused and paying attention to what your body needs. Okay, most gyms have a 45-degree hyper machine. You're gonna load yourself up and make sure the folding point of the hip is above the pad. We wanna hinge at the hips and then drive the hips forward and up. Don't hyperextend, it's called a hyperextension, but don't go so far that you're dumping into your low back. Go back to neutral, right? We don't wanna go all the way back and over and just push weight and energy into the low back. We're driving with the glutes. The glutes are pressing you up and then you're lowering with control, right? You can hold and pause for a moment. So that's gonna be glute and a little bit low back. If I turn my feet out to the side and I round my upper body and I just push with my hips, I'm gonna be really glute dominant focused here. Another great variation, but choose whether you're gonna do the straight back or whether you're gonna do the feet out to the side and working into the glutes. These are great exercises. You can load them eventually by holding onto a dumbbell, but just focus on breathing slow and feeling the contraction of the hip, lowering with control, feel the contraction of the hip, lower with control, stay focused. And as always, you've done great. Now stretch, release the body, settle everything down. If throughout this workout you're feeling some type of impingement, some type of tension, some type of pain, pause, don't force through it, right? Do a little bit of massage work with a tennis or like a yoga tune-up ball. Do something that's gonna allow you to stay with the program, to stay consistent and to stay in balance here. You're doing excellent. I believe in you. Big love.